Hey everyone, happy Monday to you. I'm out here in my grandpa's old shop at the farm, and as a kid I loved coming out here and just seeing what my grandpa was working on. I loved simply looking at the old tools and everything. He might not have been the most skilled carpenter, but he certainly had a knack for restoring old furniture and making it into something really beautiful. And some of these items I would see reminded me of a TV show I watched called The Antiques Roadshow. I'm sure some of you have seen it. These people would bring in these old items and just hope that this old item would have new purpose and new value and somehow be worth thousands or millions of dollars. And much of the time that wasn't the case. Much of the time these items weren't really worth that much, but there'd be the one story where all of a sudden this item would be worth thousands or millions of dollars, and you would just watch this hope of the person come to life. And I just really enjoyed seeing that, and it hooked me. And sometimes I think this is what hope feels like, that we are just stuck in something old and it feels desperate, and we look forward and hope that what is old is made new and it has new purpose. And this year, hope feels really distant to many, and it feels like something to cling to, but yet it's hard to. This year, we've had a lot of grief, we've had a lot of anxiety, we've had a lot of despair, and just everything around us questioning when it will end. And so what does hope look like for us in this season? Is it simply waiting for the old to be redeemed as something new? Is it what we cling to in hard times? I think hope is a lot of things, but for me, especially in this season, it's a reminder that the story isn't over. That those who were waiting and prophesying for the new coming, for Jesus's coming, even though the world was broken and messy around them, hope did come and it did arrive, and it was something new. It was a baby. And so how do we take the theme of hope and apply it into this season that we're in right now? How do we march forward and keep our eyes fixed on hope arriving again? How do we move onward and believe that the story isn't over? I think these are all the questions I've been sitting with, and maybe there's some you are too, but I think that's what Advent is about. That right now in this season, we're meant to sit, we're meant to evaluate, we're meant for waiting until we discover new life and new meaning and new purpose. And so I want you to be challenged to sit in with what you're feeling and holding and questioning this season. And I want you to evaluate where hope is among that. And I want to leave you with a quote from author Henry Nouwen to reflect on. Henry Nouwen says, "Optimism and hope are radically different attitudes. Optimism is the expectation that things, the weather, human relationships, the economy, the political situation, and so on will get better. Hope is the trust that God will fulfill God's promises to us in a way that leads us to true freedom. The optimist speaks about concrete changes in the future. The person of hope lives in the moment with the knowledge and trust that all of life is in good hands." All the great spiritual leaders in history were people of hope. Abraham, Moses, Ruth, Mary, Jesus, Gandhi, Dorothy Day, all lived with a promise in their hearts that guided them toward the future without the need to know exactly what it looked like. Let's live with hope. So may you in this season know that hope has arrived and it will arrive again. May you sit in your questions and evaluate the new that is coming.